Well, a very good morning to you from the Felixstowe viewing point at the port of Felixstowe. We're looking at now, you can just see in the top right-hand corner of the picture, you can just see the Ever Gentle's bow as she continues to work containers. But what you can see there in the middle of the picture, of course, is the mighty Ever Given, and she's about the highest out of the water you'll ever see a container ship, because my understanding is that she doesn't have a single laden box on board this morning. So she's going out very light indeed, and she's got all four of Felixstowe tugs working with her. Pretty interesting sight, that, really. Just take a look at what we've got. So we've got the Deben, the Kent, the Shotley and the Skye all working with her this morning. Busy old day for the tug, guys. Give us a like, give us a love if you're watching. Have a shout. I'd love to hear from you. I'm not feeling too enthusiastic, but I happened to wake up at about 4:20, and here I am. Get on life, people say. What have we got? So what have we got? On the bow, we've got Deben. On the stern, we've got Kent. Alongside on her port side, we've got Skye. And on her starboard side, we've got Shotley. So there you go. It's Deben coming towards us astern and helping her, I guess, to gather way, or to keep her on course as she gathers way. We don't have much wind here this morning. Quite a gentle and calm morning. Now, our understanding here is that she is due to go to Dunkirk, although let's just double check what her AIS says. So her AIS is saying Suez Canal, which is interesting. There we go. Good. Let's get that back to where it belongs. Let's just see who's brave enough to give us a wave this morning. Yes, Paul, she is leaving empty. And yes, Paul, why is she empty? Well, the reason is, of course, that she went aground in the Suez Canal, and the insurers limited or asked her to limit her speed coming out, or sorry, sailing home from there. So she was limited to about 12 knots. She was forbidden for safety reasons to go down the River Elbe to Hamburg. So her two calls have been Rotterdam and Felixstowe, and she's empty because her next call is going to be a dry dock. At the moment, we think she's going to Dunkirk, although her AIS says she's going to the Suez Canal. So I think we'll wait and see, don't you? I'm pretty sure she's going to go to Dunkirk because I'm told there is a dry dock reserved for her there. The reason for this, of course, is because of the bow damage issue that caused her to be restricted to a slow speed coming home from the Suez. My understanding originally was that her bow thrusters weren't working, but I'm not sure if that is the case. But like most shipping companies, Evergreen haven't really told us a huge amount, as you know. It's one of those things. They kind of keep secrets a little bit, don't they? It's a pleasure, Paul. As we understand it, Paul King, she is going to Dunkirk. Sorry, as we understand it, she is going to Dunkirk, but what it says on her AIS is Suez, but I think Dunkirk is where it's going to be. Give us a like, give us a love on Facebook. Don't forget that if you're really keen, I'll have a little promo here at this point. If you are a keen follower of Felixstowe Live, especially our shipping coverage, you can give us a small donation as little as £3 over to buymeacoffee.com Felixstowe Live. That helps me to pay the somewhat ridiculous at times expenses of Felixstowe Live. And I'm always grateful for a few quid to help keep those in check. Back to the ship. Well, that's what I understand, Paul. I was told this a couple of days ago that she had problems with her bow thrusters. Now, I'm not sure whether that's actually factual or not. I suspect it probably is, and I suspect that they might not be using them for safety reasons anyway, because you don't know what the impact actually caused, what damage the impact caused on her bow and on the structures within it, bow thrusters being part of that. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if her bow thrusters weren't working. It's an interesting one. Might just move the camera to get a little bit of a better shot. There you go. She's just going to start making her turn in a moment or two, just to keep in line. As you can see, in fact, the tug is now going and she's turning. I think that's quite possibly true. Yeah. I don't think, to be honest with you, Paul, I don't think we're ever really, well, we may eventually hear what's gone on, but large shipping companies really tend to keep their traps a bit shut, as you know. They don't tell us a great deal about what's happening. But I don't think we've ever seen an evergreen ship as high out of the water as ever Gibbon is at the moment. She's drawing about 10.4 meters. It's only about 33 feet, something like that, 32 feet. The poor girl. I feel very sorry for the ship. She's had a hard time. None of it her fault. I think the comment that several people have made really is it's about the pilotage more than anything else. I love it. It'll be brushed under the carpet or sand in this case. You could be right. You could be right. I think the thing that's so easy to forget in cases like this is the, if you like, the kind of impact that the ship had when she hit the banks of the Suez Canal. She was going reportedly at about 12 or 13 knots, and you've got 200,000 tons of ship hitting the bank at 13, let's say 14, 15 miles an hour, and the impact, the actual bash of that was obviously pretty enormous. We'll just change our shot a little bit so you've got a better view of her with literally nothing on board, really. So here you can just really see her passing the Ever Gentle. You can see that her waterline, which is the join between the red anti-fouling and the hull main colour livery, is around the top of the smaller tugs, or both the tugs, wheelhouse. So she's about, I guess she's about five and a bit meters out of the water more than she normally is. She's drawing 10-4, I think. 10 meters 4, which is really very shallow. I bet they did too. That's quite a jolly one, isn't it, really? I think the reality, I don't know what the reality is to having four tugs, or whether they are concerned that her steering will be problematic when she's so high out of the water. I don't know. Don't forget, if you like what we do on Felixstowe Live, give us a shout, give us a love, give us a like, or better still, go to our little page that we've got on buymeacoffee.com and buy me a coffee. Hey, worthwhile thing to do, I think, to keep paying the expenses on Felixstowe Live, which are getting a little out of hand, I have to say. One of those things, but there you go. Well, the truth is we rely on ships all the time, don't we, Paul? The truth is, I think, that people don't realise is that around 90% of what we buy in the UK comes to us or comes to our country on a ship. Scary number, scary figure. And that's where it all happens. The master and the pilot will be hopefully drinking coffee, and I hope they enjoy it, on the bridge of the Ever Given. That's where control is kept. And what we'll do just now is we'll give you one of those views that you don't very often see. That's very kind of you, Paul. Where you need to go is buymeacoffee.com/Felixstowe Live. You can buy me a coffee there. That would be really nice. This is an unusual view because what I thought we'd do is have a look along her hull at all of those empty container slots, all of the lashing bridges completely unoccupied, and her hull. just get a bit better picture in a minute. Her hull so high out of the water, as you can see, you know, the height of the tug, so that's 2 meters. So yeah, about 5 meters. To be honest with you, Stephen, I drink both, but I like my tea. Now we're coming to the stern of the ship, and the interesting shot here is this one, which is just showing you how close to the surface her prop is. Really amazing. So what she's now got, her bow tug has now gone, effectively, and the bow tug has moved to her bow. The bow tug has moved to the ship's bow, so she's got the 2 tugs alongside on the side near to our support side, and on the starboard side she's got 1 tug, and then aft she's got 1 tug hanging on a rope, which is coming up now. I don't know how they're going to handle going around beach end turn. I would think with all that tug power they'd have a very easy time indeed doing it, and the pilot and the master have no problems at all, chaps. So there you have it, going past the ferry flag. Good boy indeed, Steve. I don't know about that, matey. Good old boy, I guess. And there you have it. She's on her way. We'll keep with her as long as we can. We might have to move the camera again, I'm afraid, but we'll see what we get. We'll just give you a close-up of the prop again. There we go. She's doing quite nicely, I think. I'm interested, and I think everybody probably is interested in the level of control they've got with the ship, whether she's going to get blown about a bit more because she is so light in the water. Who knows, really? She's now got, looks like she's got a rudder over. Or maybe not, in fact. Maybe she did have put it back. But Sally Chicken watching and listening. Good for you, matey. Somewhere warm with a cup of tea, I hope. But I think she's looking pretty good. We're going to see where she goes during the day. As I said earlier, the AIS at the moment is showing a destination of Suez Canal, but my understanding is that she's going to Dunkirk to dry dock. We will, I guess you'll say, see. Now, the interesting question, of course, is what Ever Given is going to get up to after leaving Felixstowe. As we said, we think she's going to go to Dunkirk, but she may go elsewhere. You can't tell. The shipping company haven't told us. We know that she's heading for. There we go. We know that she's heading for Suez in the end. It's not going to be for some considerable time, I suspect. There we go. Switzer Kent now is hanging out off her stern to help her turn around beach end turn, and the two tugs alongside her, that's the Deben and the Sky, are helping her to make the turn, and I suspect Shotley is over on her starboard bow and pushing around, and that kind of takes us, I guess, to where we end up. She's off on her way. We'll see whether she goes to Dunkirk or whether she heads for Suez, but we'll let you know where she's heading for in the end. Paul Leach, it is my pleasure. I enjoy doing it, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't. We'll just watch her right out of sight. Well, nearly right out of sight round the corner. Hang on. Hello. No, there are in fact 4 tugs in total. That's the major 4 tugs at the port of Felixstowe. That's the Switzer Deben, Switzer Kent, Switzer Sky, and Switzer Shotley. So 4 tugs. 2 of those are 70-ton, and 2 of them are 80-ton bollard pull. Tons of oomph, really. And they're helping her nicely around the corner, and she'll be heading out now towards wherever she's going. Must be time for a bacon sunny. You are very right. In fact, I think it's going to be time for an egg and bacon sunny. I sincerely hope. I'm looking forward to it immensely. Okay, let's just give you a little wrap up and say that I'm Chris Gosling. This is Felixstowe Live. We do the stuff that other people don't really bother much about, and we do our best to give you updated information on what's happening in our locality. If you like what we do, I'll say thank you for watching. You can help cover the cost by making a small donation, around £3 or more as you choose, at buymeacoffee.com/Felixstowe Live. And there you go, we're just back for the tail end of her as she goes behind the radar tower. That's been an excellent thing to do. I think I've really enjoyed doing it. We've been on air for around coming up for 30 minutes. Yeah, actually, I think, Steve, the plan is to have a lovely mug of tea and an egg and bacon sandwich because I deserve it. Okay, I'm Chris. This is Felixstowe Live. I'm going to love you and leave you now and say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you the next time, and that probably won't be very long at all.